sure does.
That's so nice.
Another day in retrospective, a restless night until the dawn. Just lying here feeling dejected, too scared to stay, I must go on. Inside I felt so cold and lonely, emotions scarred by a woman's lies. And yet I swear that she still owned me until you came into my life. Through the heartache and the pain, you made my gray skies blue again. And after all that I've been through, I believe in you. You gave my life a different meaning. You made me feel complete again. Dispersed my doubts, my clouded feelings. Chased away my darkest pain. Inside I feel my spirit rising. Emotions mended by a woman's touch. A new future on my horizon. I'll never think it too much. Through the heartache and the pain, you made my gray skies blue again. And after all that I've been through, I believe in you. I close my eyes as if I'm dreaming. My body warms, I feel your smile. And I pray to God with all my feeling before all time, not just a while.
One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four.
I pray to God with all my feeling before all time, not just a while. You gave my life a different meaning. You made me feel complete again. Dispersed my doubts, my clouded feelings. Chased away my darkest pain. Inside I feel my spirit rising. Emotions mended by a woman's touch. A new future on my horizon. I'll never think it too much. Through the heartache and the pain, you made my gray skies blue again. And after all that I've been through, I believe in you. Heartache and the pain, you made my gray skies blue again. And after all that I've been through, I believe in you.
We're not together. But anyway, greetings, everyone. This
Greetings. Yes,
This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Woo! It took us a while to get here, but we're here.
Yes, all types of technical problems this evening with Fireside and on our side. It's like insane.
Yes. Yes. Insane. But we're glad that you're here. We really are. Thank you for coming back. I see everybody in the audience was with us before, including Woody, Tony. Woody's
Hey,
here.
that's my buddy Woody. We went bike riding last weekend. But we still might be having some technical problems because I don't hear anybody in the audience. I don't hear a clap. If anybody can clap for us or something, to let us know you're there, because we're not hearing a thing.
So if you hear us, clap.
If you don't hear us, I'm not hearing
They don't
anyone.
hear us.
Gee whiz. Or we're not hearing them. One or the other.
Okay, let me do this.
Can you all hear us?
Can you all hear us?
Clap if you can.
Clap if you can.
Yeah, I heard that. Great.
Okay. All right.
You have to turn your volume back down.
I'm muted.
Okay. I think we're good then.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Thank
Woo.
you.
All right. Thank you all.
And this is why we were late.
Yes. Yes.
We
Because
don't
we were
like being
we're
late, but
having
we're
all
really
sorts
late.
of issues. But thank you,
Ah.
Tony and Denise, for being here. They are a special guest later on in the show.
Correct.
Like I said, Woody's here. Giselle, I see you this time.
Hey, hi,
Yay.
Giselle.
And hi, Denise.
Yeah.
Glad you came back too.
Oh, this is wonderful. This is just wonderful.
Okay.
I'm glad it's actually beginning to work.
Whew. Well, our topic
Our topic,
is
we're like
is
way off our
perfect.
game because
But it's perfect. Our
all the
topic
things
is
that
perfect
happen.
for this week. This
Okay.
week's topic is all about collaborating with loved ones and all the things that entails. And it's part of a segment.
Oh, we have segments. I
Are we
wonder
are
if
we
they'll
doing
play. We're
segments?
going to. If you were here last week, we played segments that you didn't hear. Only we heard them. So hopefully this time you'll hear the segment. So our first segment is. We ready?
I'm ready.
Stand by your stance.
Yes, help
Whew.
us, audience. If you heard it, clap. Somebody clap. There we
Okay.
go.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All
You're
right.
helping us with our show so much
Yes,
this
you
evening.
are.
You cannot imagine.
Woo, thank goodness for live audiences on this platform. All right. So my stance about collaborating with loved ones.
What is your stance?
Well, I have two phases. In the beginning, you didn't want to work with me at all.
That's true. I thought I would never collaborate with Jill on anything because I helped her out several times at her previous job, and she treated me like a peon.
Hey,
like I was
it was like
nobody.
chop. We have
And-
work to do.
And I was like,
17 interviews, 3 days. Got work to do.
I was like, I'm not
I
one
can't
of your
be all
direct
lovey-dovey
reports. I'm not
when
one
I'm
of your
working.
direct reports. So I was like, oh, I'll never be able to work with you.
And
now
he
look at
said
us.
that. He's like, I will never,
I'll
I
never be able
will
to work
never,
with
ever work with you. Then fast forward to what, 2018?
you. Yeah, I guess so.
It was
I don't know.
2011. No, 2010.
I don't know.
2010, 2011.
I don't know.
When he said he would never work with me. And then 2018,
Yeah.
you say, hey, Jill,
Let's do a podcast.
let's do a podcast
Yeah, we should
together.
do a
I'm like,
podcast.
what? Why would we do that?
And audience, before that, I didn't even know what a podcast was.
In fact, he had been ordering equipment for me to do my own podcast with writers. And then, the more he ordered equipment, he was like, wait a minute, is a podcast like radio?
You can create your own radio station, your own show. I'm like, oh God, I'm on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So he convinced me
Yeah.
to not only do a podcast with him, which I
Yeah.
really didn't want to do, but one
Yeah.
about relationships and us, which I really didn't want to do because
Well-
I learned from my last marriage to keep everything about my life private.
Yeah, but I have to tell this story because all of our old listeners knows this story. So don't tell anyone because I'm getting ready to tell it. Our old listeners, but now we have
They're
new
not old.
viewers.
None of our listeners are old.
Okay, but I noticed over the years that Jill and I could have regular conversations in public, anywhere, at the grocery store, at a restaurant, and just people would just turn and watch and listen to us, and they're just like amazed with our conversations, because it seems that,
Our debates.
yeah, that's what I was getting to. I was getting ready to say we debate each other
We do.
all
the
the time. Yes,
Yes,
so
we
we
do.
debate each other all the time. So, and so, yeah, I thought it'd be a good show. It'd be a good show.
Yes.
You look like you didn't want to say yes. Do you have regrets? Do you have regrets, Jill?
No, I don't. I don't have any. No, I
Okay.
don't. I
Good.
don't. But
Good. I'm happy. that you don't.
yes.
You don't sound very convincing. Come on.
No, it's been fun. It's been fun. Really.
Okay.
Yes, it's been
Okay.
fun. But I think we should talk about, all the things that come with collaborating with each other.
Okay, I'm down for that.
You want to start?
I thought we were talking about that.
We just talked about when we decided to work together, not what all that entails.
No, you better start. You better start. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, with this show, both this version of our show and our audio only podcast, you let me play to my strengths. So you let me produce it. So that's why we have segments.
Yeah, you're very good at that.
But on the very first episode that we did, you were the editor and you're the tech operator, right?
Yeah. So I
And
mix all the segments in and all of that. Yeah.
Yes. And for some reason you thought when you sent me the edited version that I wouldn't see that there was 5 minutes of music at the end. For some reason you thought I wouldn't notice that.
I thought I would give our listeners something to listen to. It, like if they're in a car and they, just finished listening to our show, I would give them a bonus.
We're not really a radio show.
I would give them a bonus, like
We're not DJs.
5 minutes of original music.
Yes, our music is original by our nephew.
So,
but
yes,
but we're not a DJ. Like I immediately saw that. I don't know why you thought I wouldn't.
She caught me. She caught me.
And you did what?
I took it out.
You did take it out.
I do what I'm supposed to do.
When you're caught.
When I'm caught.
When you're caught.
That's not true, Jill.
So if I hadn't noticed, you would have left it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake.
It was no.
Maybe it was a mistake.
You just told why you did it.
Maybe
just told why you did it.
I wasn't in my right mind.
No, you thought people would enjoy the music, and the music is nice. Not 5 minutes worth. My goodness. So
I never did that again.
So that's true. You didn't.
So I
you
learned.
Didn't. And yes, that's true. You didn't.
You taught me well.
And then with this show, it's well. First of all, I was reluctant to go to video for years.
Jill.
Yes,
Jill
there was
did
a
not wanna
reason.
do it.
There was
She
a
didn't
reason I
wanna
was
do it.
on, behind the scenes. That's where I like to be.
You didn't want to do it,
And so, but because this app takes, it's not built for the way we're trying to do the show. It takes a lot of technology know-how, which you have, and I don't.
I won't say a lot.
So on this version,
this is why we were late. This is why last week our segments didn't play.
Well, but we didn't realize that last time, and this time it's not all of our fault because the app is doing.
Yeah, the app is doing some things.
Some development.
And there was one thing that there was a technical issue on our side also.
Yes,
which I did find.
Yes.
So it's good.
Yes. So in this collaboration for this show, I get to just be the talent and show up and talk, and I like that.
Jill, that's not entirely accurate.
It is accurate.
You do a lot of
I book
of
the guests too.
yeah, behind the scenes. That's you. You're behind the scenes. You work your magic. Kaiser Suse. Kaiser Suse.
What?
Kaiser Suse. That's who you are. You're Kaiser Suse. People don't know all the things you do in
I don't
in
know
the
what you're
dark
talking about either.
corners of our house to get the show ready.
The dark corners of our house.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
You take care of it. You do.
Well, do you think it's easy to collaborate with a loved one?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Absolutely, it's easy to collaborate with a loved one.
Are you saying
As
that
long
because
as
you're
they're
right next to
as
me?
as long as they're a loved one. Well, actually, Jill, we have learned to like stay out of each other's way.
Oh yes, I'm very good at that.
And then
And you're very good at that.
and then the things that we have to come together on, we do.
That is true.
I mean, very well, actually.
That is
now.
true.
So, Jill, when I'm doing all the technical stuff and the editing stuff, Jill doesn't bother me. And when she's doing all the social media and all of that,
Yes, I don't even
bother
ask you
her.
what it should say. I just do it.
Yeah, but you're good at it.
I
I am not.
I just do it.
This is why I tell people I don't like to email. I don't like to email.
Yeah.
Delete emails.
He does that to my
I
emails
delete
too.
all of these emails, right? Because you don't want to email me.
So
you don't
most
want to
people,
yeah, because it'll take like a month for me to
if ever, because you probably deleted it. So most people who know us both know if you want for Tony to know something, you can tell me and I'll tell him.
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want to do it in an
Yeah.
email.
But I will answer a text. I will. And I'll say things like, great.
Oh, thank you, Miss Marilee. Our audio is super staticky.
Oh, again? Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting us know that. Woo, there's the clips too.
Yes,
Ah.
thank you.
Well,
we
we
know
had-
that there are issues.
Fix the issue, and then the issue came back.
It might have been the clip. So you know what? Let's not play another clip.
Actually, I can do that.
Okay.
No more clips. We gotta have one more clip. Later, I'm gonna
Well-
play one more clip, but in between now and then, I will not play a clip, and I will get rid of the static, and the static will be gone. It
So
should be gone.
so why don't we ask the audience? This is a good time.
Well, ask the audience.
See,
if
ask the audience.
Is the static gone? I just need to know.
Is the static on? Clap if so.
It should be.
Oh,
Yay! Okay, but I'm
Okay.
gonna bring the static back later
Oh,
because I
goodness.
have one segment I really want to play.
This is like music to him, the music story. But I think it's a great time for us to interact with our audience even more. Oh, wait, Miss Marilee, you've got the thumbs down.
Oh no,
Does
we're
that mean-
staticky again.
Does that mean we're staticky again?
or is that from before?
The static is back.
Oh my God! How can the static be gone and then it comes back?
It gets better, but it comes back, Denise says. Thank you, Denise.
Oh, gee, let me try that. I don't know. It goes, it comes back. One more thing I can do. Oh, I can do this. This time it's gotta be gone.
It's worse with your mic.
It's worse with my mic? Oh my gosh.
So maybe we should just use my mic.
I got too much stuff going on.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we ask the audience, if you all can still hear me, if you heard any part of our debate, what do you think about collaborating with loved ones? If anyone would like to come to the stage and speak, okay, thank you, Denise. She says we can hear you, meaning me.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. You almost pushed me off the chair.
That would have been funny. Now that would have been funny.
No, it wouldn't have. You know, like I've had a lot of concussions because I just fall. But anyway, okay. So we want the if any of you have an opinion about collaborating with loved ones, You can request to come to the stage. They call it the hamburger. On the lower left is the circle with the lines in it. If you click on it, you can request to come to the stage. We could make it
like I'm nobody.
make it audio only. But, you know, earlier tonight you were telling me I'm the star. I'm the star of the show.
I'm a nobody.
So if anyone would like to come up, it looks like we have two. Do I have two?
I hope so.
I don't see any. Oh no, those are the comments. Okay.
Yeah, Jill, you know what you're doing here, right? You got it.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Okay. Does anybody want to comment?
No one.
Does anyone want to tell us which one of us is right in general? Not even. It doesn't even have to be this topic. We all know it's me, but you can tell.
Problems.
Okay, Jen, we will bring you up. Jen, would you like video or just audio?
I'll just do audio. I was going to say, I still hear a little bit. First of all, you guys look great. I was going to say, there's still a little bit of buzzing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Jen.
There's still just some buzzing from, I think, your mic. It might be your connection, but I thought maybe it might just be worth for now. If it's a phone setup, maybe just trying it with just the phone audio, like losing the headphones in the mic, because I think it might be something there if you just wanted to try it that way.
Well,
We could.
well, we should use this one.
She said phone.
No, or our tablet.
Did you mean or an iPad, Jen, or did you mean phone?
Oh, I meant, so are you using an iPad right now? Is that what your, like, the camera is? Yeah, maybe.
We are. Yes.
You are seeing us on iPad, so I can't disconnect all of the other stuff and hear audio just.
Yeah, you might want to try that. I think it could be a bit of the internet connection too, because I just read a comment that said that the video was a little bit broken up. So
Let's
that
see.
sounds good.
Can you
Yeah.
hear us? Okay, then we will go with this for the rest
So
of
no
the
more
show.
discs?
Yeah, you don't need
It
the
looks
mic, but
pro,
it looks
yeah.
better in front of mics.
I think.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course.
looks
Yeah.
better.
So wait, was the question? Do you want to
Okay.
collaborate with loved ones?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's the
collaborate
question.
like on a
That's the
creative
question.
project, right?
It could,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
or it could be
Or work.
Yeah.
work. You
Because
might have a
that was the
business.
first time Tony said he did not want to collaborate with me.
Okay, so this is what I had to learn with my husband, because we're both creators and creative people. And something that I have to remind myself all the time is to give him a note the same way that I would give a colleague a note. Because like he would show me something or I would listen to something and I'd be like, oh, I hate that. And because we're so comfortable with each other, I felt like I could, but I was like, okay, I guess maybe it's better if I pretended like you were a colleague and I wanted to give you a note, because it's so hard. It's so hard not to do it the other way.
It is. Because the time that Tony said he didn't want to work with me, he was there
She
with
made me a
me and
direct
my
report.
colleagues. Well, actually, they
Well,
were
actually,
my direct reports.
We had a whole episode on this. Is Tony a flunky?
Tony's
and-
not a flunky. He just
Yeah,
he inserted himself into that
I
role.
was Jill's flunky. I
were
did
not.
all the grunt work, all the grunt, dirty work, the sweaty work. That's what I did. I was.
But you volunteered to do it.
Oh, you're my wife. I had no choice.
I gave you a choice.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
No, No, you didn't.
I deeply relate.
you didn't give me a choice. It's like, you will do this.
You deeply relate, Jen.
Yeah, it also is like he's
No. Listen. You know, it's like Jill will ask me something, and she'll be like, "Oh, sweetheart, do you want to go to New Orleans?" and meet a lot of famous people? Sure.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't want to do that, right?
Yeah, I would love to. Oh, and make sure you bring all of this equipment and help us set it up and all of this. And then, but I'm just being a good husband. Just a good husband, right? Just a good husband.
Yes.
That's all I'm doing.
Yes.
Right? And then the work like tripled. The amount of work
For
I had
all
to
of
do.
us, not just you, all of
I
us.
still had the grunt work. I did. I had the grunt.
But you were the only guy with us. We were, these.
Jen,
I'm 4'11".
have you done that
My
to your
photographer
husband?
was like 5'2". We were these little petite women, and we needed some muscle power that we didn't
Jen,
have.
have you done that to your husband?
Definitely.
That's the
I
question.
definitely. And I break it down like,
See?
yeah.
Yes, see?
I'm like, did you remember to get our friend's kids a birthday gift? No? All right. Well, this is your duty. Now we can equally contribute.
Okay.
That's great.
That is.
Well, I should try that one. Thanks,
I mean,
Jen.
but we still argue about it, but yeah. All right. Thanks for having me up.
Ah.
No, thank you, Jen. We
Yes.
appreciate it, and thanks for helping us fix our audio too. I'm sure the audience
Hey,
appreciates that.
did you see how Jen cut out so quick? She's like, thanks for having me on. Click. She was gone. She's gone. She was gone. I'm wondering whether her husband walked in the room. You think?
He would have agreed with her.
Audience,
He would have
clap
agreed with
if
her,
you
I'm
think
sure.
her husband just walked in and she's like, I gotta go, click, and we were gone. We were out.
No, I'm sure it's not like it's a surprise to him. He's heard the story before too, I'm sure.
Maybe she tells it differently when he's around. I don't know. And when he's not around, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, does anyone want to come up and talk about collaborating before we move on to our excellent guest? I'm excited about our guest tonight.
Excellent, exciting
Anybody?
guest. We don't
Okay.
have any sound
I need
effects.
to invite.
We don't have any sound effects anymore. So,
Well, we can say what the segment is called, but let me bring our guest up.
Okay. We're bringing our guest up. Yes, we are. That's what we're doing.
I'm trying.
You're trying? I thought you had this stuff down, Jill.
They're coming.
They're
Okay.
coming.
All right. Well, while they are coming, our segment. You want to do our segment? Hey,
Hey, there they are. Who
We
are
were
these
so
people,
concerned. We thought we weren't in here. We thought we were lost in the matrix somewhere.
Maybe you were. Maybe you were. But all the viewers, Tony and Denise, were in the green room with us earlier and helping us with our technical problems.
Yes.
And they were
You're
very
a big
patient.
help. Big
They,
help.
they
patient.
didn't say like, nah, they don't have it together and we're out. They didn't leave us. They stuck
They
with
stuck
us.
with us.
They stuck with
That's
us.
but that's what friends do. Denise and I, by the way, they are wearing king and queen shirts because together they are royal brown. Denise Royal and I have been friends since
A long time, just a long
time.
time.
I don't have
A long time.
a long time. And we used to work together, but talk about loyal friends. That's Denise. Denise is a ride or die chick for real.
Oh,
For real, always.
Are you?
Yes, she is.
Denise, are you a ride or die?
I'm a ride or die. Yes, 100%.
There you
Yes,
go.
yes, she is.
That's what I'm talking
Yes,
about.
she is. So she's Denise Royal. He's Tony Brown. We met Tony. Hi, Tony. Tony's a fabulous photographer. In fact, in the fortune cookie, I think I might have done it correctly, but in the fortune cookie, we have hopefully a link to Royal Brown Photography. He's an excellent photographer. So together they are Royal Brown. Get it? Their shirts are king and queen. Get it? Get it? All right. So you two, are married, but you collaborate a lot. In fact, last weekend you were together a lot, right?
All weekend.
All weekend, yes. Saturday.
Tell
weekend.
us about that. What did you do?
So
How do you collaborate?
Royal Brown Photography is our side hustle. It's our side job. And I'm going to let Tony tell you a little bit about the history of it.
So it started off, it wasn't Royal Brown Photography. It was just Freedom Studios. It was me shooting photographs and turning them into art, coasters, trays, that sort of thing on my own. And when I met Denise, it's funny, when you guys asked us to come on, I thought about this, and it was the perfect way to describe it. I thought I was an idea man until I met Denise. And that's the truth. And what it's because I thought I had all the best ideas, and Denise she just does. She has much better ideas than I do. But I love what Jen said, and I thought that was perfect. That you have to, like, giving a note the same way you would someone else. But I didn't collaborate with anybody. It was just me. So there was no collaboration. It was a Tony Brown show.
Okay.
So it took some getting used to.
So when I came in, I thought I could help Tony with the things that I'm good at. Shopping, buying things,
Okay.
knowing how to buy something for a little and sell it for a lot more. And that's where initially, I really was able to help. Here's how you're buying this thing for $5. Let's find it for $1 or less. And then when you sell it for $10, you can make a lot more money.
So I'll tell you a quick story. So the coasters that we make, they're made on glass. And so I would take the photograph and then put them onto the glass. And
Beautiful.
I was buying the glass retail from Home Depot, right? It's still at a good price to me. And one day Denise says, there's a guy that has 7,000 glass pieces, but he's in the Bronx and we got to go get it. And I'm like, what? And she got a great price.
So instead of $4.
Yeah, but wait. In the Bronx, but where do you
live in
live?
South Florida.
South Florida. And we did it.
You live in South Florida, and you went to the Bronx,
To the Bronx.
in New York.
Yes.
And so
And did you do that in one day, up and back?
Yes. We flew up. We rented a truck. We rented a van.
See.
No, we rented two, right? We rented two.
Yeah.
We rented two vans and drove back together.
and we had a dry run because
Wait a
wait.
minute.
We had a dry run because I'd found some in Virginia first. I found 800 in Virginia. So we got a flight to Baltimore. We drove to Virginia, put them in the truck, and just drove back home. Same day.
But so those,
Wow.
so-
And Tony, you thought that was worth it?
No, it definitely was. It was.
Boy.
Denise was. I always joke that she was promoted to our research and development at that point. She was, she got a promotion. But the funny thing is that, with the collaboration part, right? Going around and doing these shows, I on my own, before Denise, I would go. I'd set up a tent. I'd set up a table. I had a vision of how I wanted it to be, and how the coasters would be laid out. I had it all in my head, but this is how I wanted it to be, and it could be the way I want to. And when we started working together, that's when it started to. I was impatient. I was not. My ego away. No, seriously, my ego was huge. I didn't want to listen.
Really?
I didn't want to listen. And we would fight.
We would disagree.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be like a fight. I shouldn't say fight. It would be a disagree because, she'd be like, "Fine, go ahead," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I come back.
Yeah. I'll watch you screw up. That's what she was saying.
Ding, 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 ding.
See.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you when it shifted for me. because in the beginning, again, it was Freedom Studios. It wasn't when I decided, because I came up with the name Royal Brown Photography, and that because the contribution that had been made and the teamwork that we were doing by calling it Royal Brown, I don't forget who my partner is, really, and that's the real deal.
Well, you better not. She got friends.
No.
You better not forget who your partner is.
About forgetting. So once we kind of started getting our rhythm together and we understood how it was going to be, there was another issue when we would go out and do these art shows. And at one in particular, we were there together, and a woman came up and was talking to Tony. And as she was speaking to him, she literally is undoing her blouse until it's unbuttoned like down to here.
Oh,
And she asked him, "Do you do private photo shoots?"
I don't know if the word private was
She
used.
totally said private.
I think she said, I believe she said, do you do, portraits or something like that? Well, I don't know about private.
yeah. Hey, but Tony, I gotta ask you. Can I ask one question? Tony, did you know she was unbuttoning her blouse?
I didn't.
Did you?
And that's, and
You did not know.
so,
How do you guys not see that?
so Denise is enhancing the story just a tad. And that's not about collaborating. So, but anyway, the woman, when
Well, yeah, I think it is.
pointed
I
out
think
to
it
me,
is
it was
about
open.
collaborating.
But I wasn't paying attention. I was selling. I was like, hey, yeah, look at this. Da, 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 da. I was talking to her. I was engaging and the whole 9 yards. And she said, do you have a card? And I'm like, yeah, I have a card. Here you go. Call me anytime.
She asked, "Do you do private photo shoots?" He said, "Here's my card. Call me anytime."
And
And I said, "Check, please." Like I'm leaving. I'm out.
She was so mad. And I'm like, wait, what happened? I was really,
so you didn't see the nipple sticking out of her blouse?
I didn't. I wasn't, or I should say, all right,
Oh,
wait,
you
there's a
know
difference.
there was a
I wasn't
nipple
looking.
sticking out of her
I
blouse.
wasn't looking. I wasn't looking. There's a difference.
Good. Okay.
There is a difference. There is
So-
a difference.
Wasn't
was
looking.
selling.
Yeah.
So Denise, did you say anything to the woman?
So I was about to go like take her by the neck. And so he says he was selling. She was definitely buying. And I had to point out when I
yeah.
replayed the conversation to him and the "here's my card, call me anytime."
It clicked. I was a little slow.
So after that,
Yes.
I coined a phrase that day, and I called that woman a trash box. She's just like a recycling
A
trash,
box.
a trash box. And I would say to him, like,
Family show? Family show? What's going
"There's
on?
no
This has nothing to
profanity
do with
in the
collaboration.
word trash box." So what we started to notice, though, was that at a lot of these shows, a lot of women were interested in Tony's photography and Tony. And I had to tell them
Oh.
the only thing that came with the coasters was a bag, that none of this is included.
Which and so actually that's perfect. That's a perfect segue, because now what happens is when I'm engaging with a client, right? Female, I see it and now I'm aware of it. And there's a female client and they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling the stories because there's stories behind every single photograph, right? Like this was a sunrise in New Smyrna and there's a story behind it. So I'm telling the story and they say, oh, that's great. I'll take those. Great. You can speak to the CFO, Mrs. Brown. She'll take you from here. And I'm
That
Oh,
is
that's
right.
beautiful.
no, but and
that
but that's the collaboration part of it, because now that's the deal. I'm now passing the baton. You are now speaking to my wife and partner. So now if you have any
that's
confusion,
right. So Denise, can I ask you a question? How long did it take for Tony to figure that out? That he needed to, bring you into the fold. Hey, this is my wife right here. Talk to her. How long did that take?
So first, when we first encountered the trash box, we weren't married. And so I
Okay.
think that what and that year doing all these shows, that's how we paid for our wedding, right? Like every weekend we were out there selling and doing shows. And so I think that after that, that's when it kind of clicked for him. And he was also like, I'm really not trying to talk to these women aside from selling them what they came here to buy.
Yeah.
And
I understand that, and I believe that too. I do.
I do too.
and so
Because
Tony's
I
a
don't
good
ever
man.
know.
yes, he is a good man. And he is an excellent photographer. So when we have
Yes, he
artwork
is.
set up, people are drawn to it. And even this past weekend, I will tell you that Tony will strike up a conversation with everyone. I'm like, oh look, I gotta go. That's my cell phone. I gotta go. Like I'm not out there to talk to everyone.
And I think you guys actually said it earlier when you were talking. You said you've learned how to stay out of each other's way, right? And so Denise knows that that's my lane, and that when they come over and someone wants to talk, I'm the talker. I'm the talker. Oh, hey, where do you want to know where that is? Well, that's Stonehenge. Oh, that's Gaudi. That's in Barcelona, and we did this and blah 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 blah, and tell them the story. Keep it moving.
I'm here to swipe your credit
Swipe your
card
card.
and hand you your bag. That's my role.
Yeah. But that's part of selling. You part of selling.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to talk to
But
the customer.
the other part that
so they can feel special.
the other part is that we've learned to work together on it is the actual setup. And again, for me, that took a lot of ego deflation and letting go of control. When we first started, I'd be setting up the tent and looking over my shoulder like, what is she doing? Oh my God, don't do that. What are you doing? No, not like that. It's supposed to be like this. And she would just get frustrated because I wouldn't let her just be creative. Because Denise is creative in her own right. And I think that what it did is I wasn't respecting her creativity, or kind of like, she doesn't understand. Now I set up the tent, I'm doing my thing. She does it. She sets up the coasters. She sets up the table the way that she sees it, and I'm just down with it because it's going to work regardless, But it took a while to let that go.
Yes.
The other thing that added to it, I think, a bit is
Well, I'm proud of.
when people come over and say, oh, like he's the photographer, and he'll say, no, we're both photographers, and you can see our photos, and like 98% of the photos are his. But the 2% that are mine, somebody bought one of my prints this weekend, and he was like, do you want to autograph it? And
Congratulations.
all right.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to. But it helps us both to do like other things. And listen, we had a really successful weekend. And I know for me, part of it is because we had all new things to show, and we had those because I'm good at shopping and buying things.
Listen, I'll turn around and there'll be like 10 boxes. So like a tray. She'll come home with these trays.
Ooh, look at
What am I
that.
supposed to do with that? Oh,
Wow.
that, I'll take it and make it into. And it's true. We had jewelry boxes. We had these beautiful jewelry boxes, velvet lined. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? And then about a week later it goes by. I'm like, oh, I know what I'll do with that. And then I'll make something. But my favorite line is when she buys something, I'm like, and where's that going to go? What are we going to do with that?
And to that end,
But she's
All right.
always she's always thinking.
Research and development.
so I was so proud when Pier 1 Imports went out of business. And I was like, we have to go every day to look for things. And I mean, I think I was there at different stores up until the day they closed. And on the eve of them closing, Tony calls me like, okay, so I bought a bunch of stuff. I don't know if it was right or wrong, but I bought a bunch of stuff. I negotiated down, I bought all this stuff. And I was like, I'm so proud of you because you never buy anything. And when he remade table from Pier 1 and people were coming from far and wide to buy them, it's a good deal.
Yeah, and it's fun.
Mhm.
It's fun.
And that was certainly collaboration.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
proud of both of you.
Thanks.
I'm proud of both of you because you were prime examples of how two creatives can come together and collaborate together. And I just think you're beautiful partners in all aspects. I've always thought that about you all.
Absolutely. You get a gold star.
But we think you guys are.
It's great though.
Yeah.
Denise
Aw, thanks.
well, see, Jill has, check this out. Jill has never helped me sell anything ever. And I used to sell a lot of stuff. Name one time. One time you helped me sell something.
See our background? It's not sold yet, but I keep telling people
We're not selling
how Tony can turn a piano into wall art. He did that. He did the background behind me.
Oh.
So I'm always putting his work out there. It's not my fault that you haven't put a price on it or followed up with people who want to commission
That's a
you
piece in the
to
back of you?
do wall art like this. That's my piano. Stop that.
Yes, it's
That's
actual piano.
I didn't want to get rid of my piano because it's I've had it since I was 3 years old, and it took much more money to keep it in tune than to buy a new piano. But I didn't want to get rid of this piano, so he turned it into wall art.
Beautiful.
And there's art all over this room.
We call this
keys
room the
and-
keys.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I used to sell other stuff. I'm
That was before
getting
me.
back to
I
selling
wasn't
stuff.
with him when he did that.
No,
that was before me.
I sold stuff when we were together. I used to sell a lot of
Denise,
stuff.
do you think I know anything about industrial equipment?
I mean,
I sold more
Never
than
too late to
industrial
learn.
equipment. I used to sell stuff at flea markets. I used to sell stuff on eBay. I used to sell stuff on Craigslist.
You sold my
I
stuff.
said-
When we got engaged and I decided to sell my house and moved into his house, or when we got married,
I put on a yard sale.
He did a
for
yard
her
sale at my
house.
house, and I wasn't even there. And
She
he sold
left.
so you
everything.
helped.
She left.
Maybe that was helping. Maybe that's how you helped to sell it. You
No,
just
she
weren't-
didn't. She left. She just left.
I had
gone.
a client that I had to get to that same day that he decided the yard sales should be. So he did all the selling for me. He sold everything.
She's never helped me sell anything.
It's not too late.
Do you want me to?
To tell her it's not too
But
late.
do you want me to?
Yes.
What do you want me to help you sell?
Yes. I don't know.
See?
Well, help me put together a list.
Well, put together a list. Oh, so speaking of which, so for anyone in our audience who wants to collaborate with a loved one, what advice would you give?
Oh yeah.
Hack your patience.
Check the ego at the door.
That's good advice.
That's very good.
Listen,
Leave your ego at the door. That's good. That's both. Yes, both excellent. Yeah, cool.
and realize
Yay! Yay!
I would establish what your lane is and let your partner have his or her lane, right? And then you can defer to
Yeah.
their expertise when it comes to that thing. And
That's very good
Yes.
advice. That I think we have down.
Yeah, no, we actually do that.
we
Yeah,
we
we're
know
good with that.
to do. But your advice is excellent.
Yeah. So
We could talk to you all night.
we
But
could.
we did start the show a little late today because of our technical issues.
Yeah.
And we do have one more segment to get to, but we so appreciate you spending this time with us, helping us out with all of the issues that we've had tonight. Thank you so much. We love you
We
guys.
love you too.
Thank
Thank
Love
And so,
you.
audience, please show them some love.
Yes. Please respond with claps and
Yes.
stuff and
Yes.
let them know that
Let them know that they were appreciated.
Thank
By the
you.
way, I love the
Yes, and their website is. You love
the
what?
laugh track. The laugh track is hilarious. Is the best. The laugh.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah, but we can't take credit for that. That's Fireside.
That's Fireside, which we love the Fireside app. This community is great.
Yeah.
In fact, I should recommend you all have your own show on Fireside because you two are great.
Yes. Yeah, I want to
So
clap.
we love the Fireside community. Yeah, we can actually do it live.
And
Yes.
So thank you all.
thank you.
Do we push?
Oh, and their website is Royal Brown Photography. It's an Etsy shop. Go there and see what all that they have. They're beautiful, beautiful work.
And it's all in the fortune cookie,
I
right?
think, I'm not sure.
We think it may be
Maybe
in the
the
fortune
yes,
cookie that
yes.
that's scrolling through. It should be, but
Yes.
with all our
It is.
technical
It's in there.
issues.
Yes. All right, Tony,
Wow.
it's time.
Okay.
Thank you all. All right.
What's next, Jill? What's next?
It is your favorite segment.
Is it time for relationship rant?
It is. It is time.
Oh, listen, that is the one I wanted to play for you all our viewers, because we have this cute little clip, but we can't play it tonight because of
So
our
we can say it
technical-
live.
But we will say it live.
All right.
So,
It's time for our segment that we call Relationship.
rant.
And what do they do during the
And what-
relationship rant
Yes,
segment?
in a relationship rant segment, you have 30 seconds, audio only, to just rant about whatever you want. It can be relationships or not relationships. It could be about anything you just want to rant about. And you got 30 seconds to do it. I hope someone does do it this
Are
evening.
you really going to
'cause
play a gong? 'Cause
I
that
really,
might ruin the audio.
I don't have a gong to play anymore. I have no sound effects. I'll say time's up.
Okay. All right.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
Time's up. But you have to have, do we have anybody?
Well, we again, to request to speak, and this will be audio only just so that we can get through more people. So request to speak on the hamburger, the lower left, the circle with the lines in it, and you'll see the button. You'll hit it and request to speak.
Yeah.
So you can rant about anything you want, relationship related, for 30 seconds.
But
Deborah,
it does
thank you.
not have to be relationship related. You
Yes,
can-
it does.
No, it doesn't.
That's what our show's about.
I don't care. You can rant about anything you want. You can rant about how we relate this evening.
You can rant
You
about
can
how
rant-
I'm right and Tony is
and
not.
you can rant about audio being messed up. You can rant about somebody at your job. Just, we want to hear some rants, something.
And while we're waiting for someone to come up, Deborah, I'm coming to you, but thank you also for letting me know that Tony and Denise's website is in the Fortune Cookie. So
Oh,
if
great.
you want to go see their work, and you should want to, go to the Fortune Cookie and click on it.
Excellent.
Oh.
Excellent.
All right,
I was on the
Deborah.
stage already.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I just popped up because I heard you guys were asking and nobody was volunteering to come up. So I was giving you a few seconds. Of
Thank
somebody
you.
ranting.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my rant isn't technically relationship. It is medical
It
billing
doesn't have to be.
issues. I discovered.
Oh, I agree. Go.
I'm sorry. I am sitting here with a BiPAP machine that I just took off to talk. I spent 4.5 hours the other day dealing with medical stuff. I will keep my language nice. But I found over $800 in
Okay.
bills on charges for being a complex medical case. So doctors were billing extra fees for visitations because I have large medical files. Okay, mind you, I do have volumes of medical charts, but all of these extra charges are appearing on my chart. And so I called up going, what the heck is this? Because my insurance is, I'm out of pocket deductible.
Yeah, what the heck is
month
that?
is like, so what the hell is this going on? I probably have another language going on. My inner New Yorker came out, and I found out these charges are because I'm a complex medical case, and they can charge extra billing that is not covered by insurance, despite having met my out-of-pocket deductible months ago, and they can charge that. So yeah, that just blew my mind.
Is that legal?
Yes, it is legal, and I just
Is that
Wow.
legal?
and they have a special medical code for it. And I just
Wow.
obviously flipped out a
That
bit.
was a great
Yeah.
rant.
So I'm just saying that out there for people who are medically complex cases like myself, who might see these bills showing up going, what the F
Oh,
is this?
that was a great
Wow.
rant.
Sorry, I know there's more than 30
I like
seconds.
that rant so much. I
He
stopped timing
stopped
you.
the timing.
I stopped timing you because the rant was great.
Oh my gosh.
That was fabulous.
Thank you. I
Oh,
blew
my
my
goodness.
mind when I saw
Just-
these charges, and I was just absolutely livid. And I'm still being charged when I was harmed by a person, a nurse who accidentally gave me epinephrine to my IV, my port instead of Zofran. I'm still being charged $4,000 for an ambulance bill for that as well. Fighting that one too. So yeah, I've just
Oh,
gotta
wow.
say these things just blow my mind. And
Whew.
yeah, so that is my rant for the day.
That was a great rant.
But thank you for allowing me to.
That
I'm
was
sorry,
a great
Deborah.
rant.
I'm-
We're so
I'm-
sorry to
Yeah,
hear that.
I'm really sorry, but I'm glad that you're bringing awareness to that because I had no idea that
Mhm.
that happens or that it's legal. That's
Oh,
crazy.
it
to
And
me.
that's why I'm
happens. It
sharing it.
definitely
I mean,
happens. It happens.
my husband, told me to
Thank
argue
you.
about these things and start making awareness since I'm an advocate with a larger mouth and training and
Yeah.
advocacy work, right?
Yeah,
And
but-
if I'm fighting it, then how does the rest of the world who doesn't have those trainings do so?
Yeah, well, that's right.
So thank
No,
you.
nobody wants to do it because it's a nightmare. It's
Yes.
just a nightmare. Gee, that was a great rant.
Yes, but we thank you for being an
Thank
everyday
you.
activist.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
for allowing me to share.
So, keep us posted. Keep us posted on how that turns out.
Yes,
Will do.
yes.
Really like to
Will
know.
do.
I would. I would like to know
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, Jill, do we have anyone else that wants
Not
to
yet.
rant?
Does anyone else?
Well, actually, if no one else wants to rant, I can do a rant.
You're not allowed. You're the
I'm
host.
hey, nobody else is there. I'm filling the spot. That's what I'm doing. I'm filling the spot. So when we start talking about medical bills and things like that, so we had the Affordable Care Act at one time, and then both of us had gotten jobs or something where we had, insurance through the job. So we dropped the Affordable Care Act, okay, and paid for, through the job. The Affordable Care Act came back to us and said we owe them $8,000 because we didn't finish the year out in the Affordable Care Act.
Oh, yes.
What kind of mess is that? What kind of mess is that? So we spent years paying back this $8,000, and then like 2 years after that, they said, oh, they won't do that anymore. But they wouldn't give us back our money. That's my rant. That's it. That's my rant.
Yep. I just relived that with you. Well, does anyone else want to rant?
Nobody else.
All right. Well, thank you, Deborah, Denise, Tony, Denise, and Jen when she was here, and Giselle. Thank you all
Thank
for
you
being with
so
us tonight.
much.
And we hope you come back.
Yeah, it's been hard to get us off the ground, but we love you all.
We do.
And this is when I would play outro music. I just wrote that.
I was going to
So
say, that's
that-
not our music. But anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
We're gonna wrap.
All right.
It's
As
a
you know,
wrap.
this is called I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out. Well, they didn't hear the music. Or did they?
They didn't hear the music. They
the
heard
beginning?
no music.
All right.
In the beginning, maybe.
All right. Well, if you heard music at the very beginning, it was composed by our nephew, Gifford Ivan Cordova III. But most of all, thank you, audience, and thank you, Denise and Tony, for
Thank
being
you.
such lovely guests.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.
Again, we love you
Bye.
all.
Love you.